sort of really sick update to the Ahmaud Arbery case. We have a few updates, but the first I want to talk about is the fact that the sister, Lindsay McMichael, the sister of two of the individuals involved in that brutal murder, apparently took a photo of Arbery's body and posted it on Snapchat. A decision that a lot of people had a problem with. And when she was reached out to find out why she had decided to do this, this is what she had to say. I had no nefarious or malicious intent when I posted that picture. The thing is, I'm a huge fan of true crime. I listen to 4 or 5 podcasts a week. I'm constantly watching that sort of thing.
Yeah, my favorite murder just turns you into a sociopath, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true crime podcast, John.
Yeah, is it?
I don't know. My best friend loves them. And she also is a sociopath.
Really? Oh,
no,
so I get
just
that,
like this woman.
Yeah, a lot of people really into the true crime. I get it.
It's one of the most pathetic excuses. They should test that whole family for like psychopathy and sociopathy. I mean, that is an unbelievable defense. You could say that you wanted to document the death. You wanted to show that perhaps, I don't know, that you wanted photo evidence or something like that. But to say that it was some sort of sick fascination that you had because of true crime podcasts and TV shows.
Yeah.
That means that you are looking at that human being as removed as you would be if you're listening to a podcast or hearing about a murder. No, that person's in front of you, dead because of your brother.
Yeah, and your family wasn't. It's just such. It's like go through a couple drafts and then speak. She goes on to say it was more of a holy S. I can't believe this has happened. It was absolutely poor judgment. So she at least does acknowledge that it was poor judgment to do this. I mean, there is in these sorts of cases, there's always a PR battle about the credibility and motives and past of the people on both sides. There have to be, because in a case like this, where yet again, white individuals have brutally murdered a non-white individual, there is always going to be Fox and the right is going to try to dig into the victim's past and try to present them as having... They basically want to come up with an excuse for their viewers to think that this person deserved to die. And they believe in a few different ways that they found that. So at first, it was that he had visited a construction site, and so he deserved to be killed. Then there's a video from 2017 where cops found him sitting in a park by himself and tried to tase him. That is going around because people, again, they're desperate to want to believe that he deserves to die. So that's happening. And so on the other side, I would imagine that if you were one of the two murderers in this case, you'd probably prefer if another member of your family hadn't seemed to make a joke or a spectacle out of the death of Ahmaud Arbery. I would probably expect that's what you'd want.
Might be beneficial for their defense, but it seems like complete callousness runs in the family. And evil.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we do have a statement as well from Esley Merritt, attorney for the Arbery family, who said, the picture Lindsay McMichael posted was very disturbing and very disturbing to the family. It actually fits the pattern of the McMichael family engaging in a weird, violent form of voyeurism. And by the way, I don't remember if we knew this when last we talked about this case, but apparently Arbery had been chased for 4 minutes by these individuals who, again, for 4 minutes chased him and decided rather than calling the police, which would already be insane, they decided to do what they did. And the family, by the way, is now calling for the third individual, the one who was in the back car and was filming it, to be arrested as well, because as they point out, he was participating in the chase. He helped in some ways to box in Arbery from being able to flee from these gun-wielding maniacs. And so we don't know if that's going to happen. He has apparently taken a lie detector test about some elements of the case, but that's what we know at this point anyway.
You know, it kind of undercuts your argument that Arbery might be dangerous if you are slowly following him in a car when he has none and has nothing on him for several minutes before murdering him in cold blood. So I don't even think manslaughter. I don't even think, and this is premeditated murder.
Yeah.
Premeditated murder, because they had all of that time to maybe rethink after they were stalking him that they didn't need to shoot him down and murder him in the street. They could have thought about that. They could have called the police. They could have done whatever they wanted to. They could have taken any other action based on their racist implications and racist thought patterns. No, but they decided to murder him anyway. So I think that threshold counts for premeditated murder, and I hope they get locked up for a really long time.
I don't know. I feel like this like pit of dread in my stomach that like even with how brutal the video is, how much it reveals, that in the end is just going to be another case where nothing.
And that's how black and brown Americans feel every single day when they have to have their dealings with the police. They don't ever expect justice, and why would they?
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.